warrior will now rise. The warrior will now rise. The warrior will now rise. Fellas, Dick Del Hagen reporting in with Dirty Dick's Daily Delight. Alright, as you can see, I got this microphone set up. This was sent to me by an audio company called... sorry about that. Sure, quick start guide, MV88 video kit. Alright. So I figured they're sending me a message that maybe I have to update my audio. Maybe get a better microphone. Maybe I can whisper in your ear golden tidbits that you might want to hear. Sticky Ricky, gonna send you a golden quickie, a golden load of knowledge, a golden load of knowledge. Alright, as you can see, I'm filming in the closet right now, so I can be nice and quiet, so the microphone can pick up the audio. Alright, but since I got a microphone, I think I've seen some videos before that might benefit a lot of you. So we're talking about words of affirmation. So check this out. I want you to close your eyes, and I want you to listen to me, and I want you to really absorb everything I'm going to spread all over you. You know what I'm saying? Words of affirmation. You are amazing. You're going to go to the gym tomorrow, and you're going to have one killer session. Whether you train your arms, your chest, your quads, your hams, your calves, your forearms, your deltoids, no matter what it is, you're going to crush it. You're going to have the best workout of your life. Because you're amazing. You understand what I'm saying? And you're not going to quit. You're not going to quit until you hit a PR, whether it's bigger weights, whether it's more reps, whether it's more sets, whether it's less time, the rest periods. Because you want to be great, and you want to be jacked, and you want to be succulent. And that's what you gotta do if you want to make it to the next level. You gotta bring it. You gotta bring it more than anyone else at the gym brings it. And you're gonna be covered in a layer of sweat. And you'll look around and everyone else is gonna be bone dry. And that'll show you right there that you're already above the others. You're better than them. You work harder than them. And the greasy layer of oil on your skin is the proof. It's all the proof you'll ever need. But you're going to still keep on pushing. You're going to load up the barbell. You're going to load up the dumbbells. You're going to get the heaviest dumbbells you can. Even if you've never touched them before, you're going to pick them up tomorrow and you're going to feel them for the first time. You're going to feel those thick handles in your hands and you're going to grip it. Even if you're a 150-pound string bean, you're going to pick up those 125-pound dumbbells and you're going to feel them stretch out your traps. You're going to feel your lats engage. You're going to feel your hands rip open. And yeah, maybe you failed. Maybe you failed at that moment. But you didn't fail. You didn't fail the day. No, that's one step closer to lifting up the biggest weights you've ever lifted in your life. And it's going to feel amazing. So even if you are a 150-pound string bean, you can't hoist those weights around. That's okay. You got to touch them. You got to do something with them. You just got to hold them. And then afterwards, you're going to carry on with your workout. You're going to load up that bar, okay? And no matter what you're going to do, you're going to put on more weight than you ever have before. But I'm not saying you are going to lift it. I'm saying you're going to feel it. And you're going to visualize that one day you're going to crush this weight. Because that's the first step. The first step is feeling the weight. And once you feel it, you know you can handle it. And then once you can handle it, you can manhandle it. Okay, do you understand what I'm saying? Because you are capable. You're capable of reaching your goals. You're capable of being a freaking beast. You're capable of being a freakazoid. And you're on the right track because you're going to the gym. You're working harder than the others. They ain't breaking a sweat like you are, brother. They're not breaking a sweat like you are. They don't want it. They're not going the extra distance. What you're going to do is you're going to pick out one person at the gym. You're going to look at that one person, all right? Keep your eyes on them. Watch what they do. And I want you to see when they leave, you beat him because you were there longer than him. Okay? Was he glistening in sweat? He wasn't glistening in sweat. You were glistening in sweat. You're going to be in there longer than him. I used to make a challenge with myself. At the end of my workouts, I used to go in the sauna. And I would play little mind games. I would try to beat everyone that came in the sauna. Right? I could have already been in there in 5 minutes, but a new individual would come in, and I would say, all right, buddy, let's go. You and me. I wouldn't say it verbally to his face, but I would think it in my brain. And every time they would quit, their body would break down, they were getting too hot. I beat them. You know why? Because I was mentally tougher. And that's how you gotta look at your workouts. If you got a sauna at your gym, that's what you're gonna have to do. Because the mind is the strongest factor in your success. And if you can strengthen your mind, you can beat anyone. Okay? Just today, Dick Delhagen was at the gym for an hour and a half on his own, doing all sorts of pull-ups, rows, dips, spent, totally wiped out. But I had to go to physical therapy after, and after physical therapy, I had to squat, I had to push the sled, I had to do a bunch of stupid, wacky lateral lunges and curtsy squats. And I was pushing that sled. I was tired and I was gassed. But I kept reminding myself, this is what makes you a champion. Other people get tired. They feel sympathy for themselves. They feel like they need a break. They feel like they've worked hard enough. And that's what separates you, is you don't feel that way. You're like, damn, I'm tired. But I'm going to keep on pushing. I'm going to keep on pushing and break myself down. And a lot of people think, damn, Sticky Ricky, you're overtraining, Sticky Ricky. And maybe I am overtraining, but at the end of the day, overtraining is temporary, but overstrengthening of the brain is permanent. Once you get a strong mindset, that'll stick with you for life. And then everything you do moving forward gets easier. You know, there was a quote by the great Dan Gable, who once said, once you wrestle, everything else in life is easy. Now, why is that? Well, it's because in wrestling, you cut weight, which is already a mental challenge. It's difficult, it's exhausting. And then after you cut weight, you go mano a mano on the mat, you shake hands, and you're two fighting cocks. I mean, I'm talking about the chickens. I'm not, you know what I'm saying? I'm saying you're two fighting cocks on the mat, battling, right? And only one comes out victorious. And you know what separates the winner from the loser? The grit. Yeah, physical toughness, but more so than anything, mental toughness. And again, that's why I would go on the sauna. And I'll tell you something as well. I don't want to throw anyone under the bus, but when I was wrestling at University of Wisconsin, our coaches were crazy, okay? You have to be a little crazy to be a wrestling coach. You have to be a little crazy to be a wrestler in the first place, but to be a wrestling coach, you gotta be pretty crazy if you want your kids to be winners. So, they would have days where we would just stay in the sauna, and I don't know if it was legal or not, but we weren't allowed to drink water. So it was no water, and I think it was like 20 minutes, 15 minutes, 10 minutes, 5 minutes, 20 minutes, no water, dying in the sauna. After the 20, you get a break. Get in the cold shower, guzzle down some ice water, and then back in for 15, and repeat, okay? Now what's the point of this, right? You're probably cooking your muscles, causing severe kidney damage, but that's not the point. The point is, it makes you freaking a mental horse. You understand what I'm saying? It'll make you tough. Now, I don't know if being mentally tough is always a good thing, because what it's going to do is you're going to push your body to the limits. The limits to the point that could break your body, break your bones, break your joints, okay? So you got to hone in on the mindset. But the mental toughness is what's going to separate you from everyone else in the world. It's the grit, okay? There's a fine line between sanity and insanity, and you got to toe that line. Now, you're going to go to the work. You're going to go to frick, Sticky, frick. You're going to go to the gym tomorrow. And you're going to bring that freaking mindset. And you're going to do all these things I told you. Because you're going to be a freaking horse one day. If not a horse today, then not tomorrow, maybe not next week, maybe not next month. But you will be a freaking horse. And this is the first step to it. You don't freaking leave until you pick someone else, right? A worthy opponent. You stay longer than them. Say if they're freaking, a mental manlet, right? Then pick another one afterwards, right? You try to beat as many individuals as you can. You look at your shirt. You don't leave that gym until you soak that shirt with sweat. Now you could say, but Ricky, what if I'm lifting for strength, Sticky? Okay, well, it doesn't matter, right? Because if you are lifting for strength, there's always things you can do to improve on that strength, right? You can push a sled after you squat or your deadlift. Don't tell me that that's not going to boost your deadlift or your squat, pushing that sled. And you know what else it's going to do? It's going to strengthen those knees. It's going to strengthen those knees. You know what I'm talking about? So, these are the first steps. These are some words of affirmation to make you a champion, okay? You keep on it. You keep grinding. You're watching Dick Del Hagen's Daily Delights. So you want the tidbits to improve and get better, right? You already have the mindset in that regard. Now it's going the distance. It's making challenges. My wife gets ticked off at me that I make everything a competition. She gets ticked at Dick Del Hagen that everything has to be a competition. But that's the way it has to be, okay? You want to be a champion, it has to be a competition, okay? You understand what I'm saying? Because if it's not a competition, what are you doing? Right? You're just going through the motions. Now, if it's a competition, you're striving to be the best. When you're striving to be the best, that's when you're going to bring the best out of yourself, right? It's too easy to be complacent. It's the worst thing you can do in this life. Always keep moving forward, right? And that's fine if you have goals and you're getting close to them and realize you don't want them anymore. That's fine, right? Pick new goals. Keep on pushing, but you got to have goals. You got to have discipline. You got to have mental freaking toughness and freaking grit, okay? That's what it comes down to. Now, this video is experimental. But again, I felt like I had this tiny little microphone and I got this podcast set up here in my closet so that nobody disturbs me. I locked the doors. I locked the closet. I said, honey, stay out of my way. All right? I got words of affirmation I got to deliver to the rat's nest. These boys are going to be champions one day. Mark my words. Okay? And when you guys do this challenge, I want you to report back and I want you to tell me all about it. I want you to describe the individual to the T that you selected. I want you to tell me about the glistening sweat that soaked through your freaking orifices, covering your shirt. And I want you to realize that makes you tougher than everyone else because people don't push their bodies that way anymore, right? Everyone's too soft, all right? But you're going to separate. You're going to change that. This is the freaking way of the mindset, fellas, all right? And if you get a sauna at your gym, don't be stupid, right? Be plenty hydrated. Don't do anything dangerous. But I'm telling you, play the old mind games trick. If someone comes in there, because they're thinking the same thing. They're thinking, I'm going to outlast this jabroni, right? But you don't let that happen, right? It's like competition. It's like a freaking wrestling match, but it's a mental wrestling match, right? Do this, and you win. And when you win, you crave more wins, right? With success leads to further success, right? Just keep on winning, fellas. Dick Del Hagen reporting out.